Hey, this is John with Two Moose Home Inspections. Welcome to Inspector Insights. We're at part 4 of learning about a well. All right, where we left off is the water just got inside of the house, but here's my question. How does the pump get power? So we first need to figure out how that pump is getting power. So inside your house, from somewhere, we have electricity coming into the house. Now that electricity is going to go to a few places. The first place that it's going to go to is our on-off switch. So this on-off switch right here means that power is going to come into here and we have the ability to turn off the power. So we manually can take our hand and we can move this part right here. So by doing so, we can remove all the power to the system. Now, there's also a secondary system that some of these wells have where it comes into something like this. Now, this type of a device is something that allows the well to be automatically shut off. So what will happen is that you'll have different indicators right here, and that's going to tell you the condition of the well. And there are some really nice advanced ones that will give you all kinds of faults and other things like that. This is just a basic. But what will happen is that you will be able to see if the well has run dry, and if it has, it'll shut off power. We're going to get into how that works a little bit later, but let's first figure out where the electricity goes, how it gets there, so on and so forth. So from there, electricity then goes inside of this device. Now what this device is that based off of the pressure, it is going to either ask for more water or for less. Now we're going to get into how we have our water pressurization tanks and how they work. But before that point, let's just go ahead and just briefly take a look at how this works. So inside of there, we have this mechanism. Now our electricity is coming in and is being connected to these electrical conductors. And so what is going to happen is that as we have pressure pushing up into the pipes, that pressure is going to exert a force onto these springs right here. And so whenever a force is exerted onto the springs, then they are going to compress or expand. And whenever that happens, it is then going to make contact with these electrical conductors, and then that is going to send electricity down the line to tell the pump to turn on. So what will happen is that we will have high pressure, and it'll shut off the pump because it's like, hey, we have enough water. Or we will have low pressure, and then that other spring is going to say, hey, we need water, and it's going to turn on the power. So from this point right here, we then have our electricity coming out of there, and it is going to go underneath the ground. And again, this can go above the frost line. And why is it that this can go above the frost line? This can go above the frost line because it will not freeze. I mean, it'll freeze, but it doesn't matter if it freezes. So if your electrical lines freeze, that's no big deal. If your water lines freeze, that is a huge deal. So as we take a look here, it just came up, and a lot of you will see a pipe that comes up inside of your inside of the well head. And so you on the outside of the well head, and you'll see that pipe, and a lot of people think, oh, that's my water. That is not your water. Remember the pitless adapter. What's happening is that electricity is coming in, and now that electrical line, that electrical cable is now going to be run all the way down inside of here, and it's actually going to go below the water table, and it is completely submersed. So that means that that electrical line is in the water, and that's okay. That's the way it's designed. They take a lot of steps to make sure that we don't have any electricity going where it shouldn't go. But that is the basics of how electricity gets to where it needs to be. And so next we're going to talk about a little bit more about how that particular switch works, how the water hooks up to your house, and we're going to go from there.